Mr. Steinbrenner, sir. There's someone here I'd like you to meet. This is Mr. Costanza. He's one of the applicants.
Nice to meet you.
You, wanted to see me, Mr. Steinbrenner?
Yes, George, I did. Come in, come in. George, the word around the office is that you're a communist.
A communist? I am a Yankee, sir, first and foremost.
You know, George, it struck me today that a communist pipeline into the vast reservoir of Cuban baseball talent could be the greatest thing ever to happen to this organization.
Sir?
You could be invaluable to this franchise. George, there's a southpaw down there nobody's been able to get a look at. Something Rodriguez. I don't really know his name. You get yourself down to Havana right away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
Good. Merry Christmas, George. And bring me back some of those cigars in the cedar boxes. You know, the ones with the fancy rings? I love those fancy rings. They kind of distract you while you're smoking. The red and yellow are nice. It looks good against the brown of the cigar. The Maduro, I like the Maduro wrapper. The darker, the better. That's what I say. Of course, the Claro's good, too. That's more of a pale brown, almost like a milky coffee. I find the ring size very confusing. They have it in centimeters, which I don't really...
You wanted to see me, Mr. Steinbrenner?
Yes, George, come in, come in. You know, George, I've been your biggest supporter around here, and that's why I was so disappointed to hear that you've been pilfering the equipment.
George would never do anything like that.
No, why would I? I own it.
Right.
So what are you saying?
Why would George steal from the Yankees?
He wouldn't.
Of course not.
Exactly. I don't really know what the hell's going on here. Sir? Nothing.
Well, I was thinking it's about time for George's lunch.
Yes, it is. All right, let's see. What do I have today? Oh, darn it, it's ham and cheese again. And she forgot the fancy mustard. I told her I like that fancy mustard. You know, you could put that fancy mustard on a shoe and it would taste pretty good to me. Oh, she made up for it with a cupcake, though. Hey, look at this. You know, I got a new system of eating these things, George. I used to peel off the chocolate. Now I turn it upside down. I eat the cake first and save the frosting for the end. It's almost a dessert.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Steinbrenner?
Yes, George, please, come in, come in. Thanks for the card. I loved it. Gosh, it made me feel good. You know, George, word has it that you were the brains behind the whole thing.
Oh, no, not just me. The whole organization, you know, especially Mr. Morgan.
Morgan. You know, his name is conspicuously absent from this card. It's almost like he went out of his way not to sign it.
Oh, no. Morgan is a good man, sir.
You can stop kowtowing to Morgan. Congratulations, you've got his job.
Well, thank you, sir. You know, I'm not quite sure I'm right for it.
Oh, stunned, George. He's out, you're in. It's a lot more work, you know.
I know.
A lot more responsibility.
I know.
Long, long hours.
I know.
Not much more money. But you'll finally get the recognition you deserve.
That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, Mr. Steinbrenner,
You know, George, as painful as it is, I've had to let a few people go over the years. Yogi Berra, Lou Piniella, Bucky Dent, Billy Martin, Dallas Green, Dick Hauser, Bill Verdon, Billy Martin, Stump Merrill, Billy Martin, Bob Lemon, Billy Martin, Gene Michael, Buck Showalter. George, you didn't hear that from me. George?
You wanted to see me, Mr. Steinbrenner?
Yes, George, come in, come in. George, word has it you've been cracking under the pressure. Can't cope, can't stand the heat. Spit the bit.
Mr. Steinbrenner, I can explain.
We all get a little cuckoo sometimes, George. I used to be like you, rating personnel till they cried, calling managers on the field during a game, threatening to move the team to New Jersey just to upset people. And then I found a way to relax. I've got 2 words to say to you, George. Hot tub. How are you enjoying it, George? Melts that tension away, doesn't it? You gotta get that jet on the good spot. Oh, yes, that feels good. Yes, that's real good. Oh, yeah, that's where I keep all my tension. Right under that chicken bone. Sometimes I'll get my wife to just stick her thumb right in there like a screwdriver. You know, the Phillips head, not the flat one. Oh, God, those flat ones frustrate me. You got it in, but it slips out. You put it in again, it slips out again. You a single man, George?
Well, I just recently...
I'll tell you, if you want to get something wild going on in your life, you got a girl and bring her in one of these things. It's like 4 shots of wild turkey. She'll think you hop along Cassidy. Terrible about that Mickey Mantle, wasn't it? You know, we used to talk. I don't think you like me very much, you know. Come in. Ah, well.
Mr. Steinbrenner, I am very concerned about George Costanza.
How about a good morning?
Oh, yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Wilhelm.
Anyway, his car's in the parking lot. The front end is bashed in, and there's blood in the car, and we can't find him anywhere. Obviously, he was in some sort of a terrible car accident. And trooper that he is, he tried to make it into work, sir.
All right, Wilhelm, listen to me. I want the stadium scoured. He could be bleeding to death in the bullpen.
Yes, sir.
Put everyone on alert. Check all the area hospitals, clinics, shelters. We've got to find that kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We must find George.
Yes, sir.
Find him, Wilhelm.
Yes, sir.
what is it with these people all day long? Come in, come in.
Oh, Mr. Steinbrenner, you know, we've searched everywhere. There's no sign of him. Not even anyone who remotely fits his description, sir.
Oh, my God. Do you know what this means, Wilhelm?
What's...
He's dead. Costanza's dead.
No, sir. Well, you see,
Oh, as quickly as he came here, he's gone. The poor little guy. Easy, Big Stein. Get it together. Okay, Wilhelm.
Yes, sir.
Find out where his parents live.
Parents?
I'm going to personally notify them. And line up some candidates to fill that assistant to the general manager position.
Yes, sir.
We can't grieve forever.
Right.
We've
Yes,
got to
sir.
get back to business.
Yes, sir.
Back to business. Well. Mrs. Costanza?
Yes?
My name is George Steinbrenner. I'm afraid I have some very sad news about your son.
I can't believe it. He was so young. How could this have happened?
Well, he'd been logging some pretty heavy hours. First one in the morning, last one to leave at night. That kid was a human dynamo.
Are you sure you're talking about George?
You are Mr. and Mrs. Costanza.
What the hell did you trade J. Buhner for? He had 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs last year. He's got a rocket for an arm. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Well, Buhner was a good prospect, no question about it. But my baseball people loved Ken Phelps' bat. They kept saying, Ken Phelps, Ken Phelps. Come in, come in.
Mr. Steinbrenner?
Is it you?
Yeah, it's me, sir. It's been a harrowing few days. After the car accident, I crawled into a ditch. I managed to survive on grubs and puddle water until a kindly old gentleman picked me up.
Grubs, huh? Gotta admit, I never tasted one of those.
Anyway, as I was lying in the puddle, I think I may have found a way for us to get Bonds and Griffey, and we wouldn't have to give up that much.
Well, don't tell it to me, George. Tell it to the new assistant to the general manager.
I didn't get the job.
Well, once you were dead, we couldn't just sit on our hands. We gotta make a move. But you still have your old job. Of course, we'll have to dock you for the time you missed. We're running a ball club here. If I give special treatment to you, everyone will want it. Next thing you know, it's chaos. And I can tell you this, chaos does not work for the New York Yankees. Not as long as I'm running the show.
Doors on the bathroom stalls here at the stadium don't offer much by way of privacy. But I was thinking if we extend the doors all the way down to the floor.
All the way to the floor? What do you got of your mind? You'd suffocate in there. You're lucky you have doors at all. You know, when I was in the Army... Hey, Costanza, what is that you're eating over there? That looks pretty tasty.
It's a calzone, sir.
Calzone, huh? Yeah, let's see it. Pass that on down. Let's get a little look at that. Big Stein wants a little taste. Come on. Yeah, sit down here. That's a good boy. Okay, hey, what's in this thing?
Cheese, pepperoni, eggplant.
Eggplant, huh? That's a hell of a thing. All right, back to business. Here you go. Very good. Excellent little calzone you got there, Costanza. Okay, I'm a little jealous. All right, here we go. Like I told you last week, the renovation of the press box is taking too long. All right. Well, you know, that eggplant was very good. Very good. Everybody out. I got eggplant on my mind. Costanza, go get me a couple of calzones right now. Pronto, move it out. Big Stein wants an eggplant calzone. He must have one. Everybody out. Hurry up. Ah, this calzone is fantastic. And look, no dripping. The pita pocket prevents it from dripping. The pita pocket. Yeah, what is it, Watson? A lost and found, huh? No, I don't think we need that. If people can't hold on to things, that's their tough luck. You got a little junk on your lip there, by the way.
You know, a lost and found could be a good idea.
Hold it, Watson. You like a lost and found, George?
Definitely.
All right, a lost and found. But there's got to be some kind of time limit. We're not running a pawn shop here.
Got the calzones, Mr. Steinbrenner?
Oh, beautiful. I'm starving, George.
So, I thought tomorrow, maybe we'd try a little corned beef.
Corned beef, man, I don't think so. It's a little fatty, don't you think?
How about Chinese?
Chinese? No, too many containers. Big mess, very sloppy. We're gonna stick with the calzones from Paisanos. That's the ticket.
Just thought it'd be nice, you know, a little variety.
No. George, let me tell you something. When I find something I like, I stick with it. From 1973 to 1982, I ate the exact same lunch every day. Turkey chili in a bowl made out of bread. Bread bowl, George. You'd eat the chili, then you'd eat the bowl. Nothing more satisfying than looking down after lunch and seeing just a table.